Hi friends, Amber here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 6 of my Bambi's Summer Bash series. This is a week-long series in which there is a new video every day for 7 days in a row, showcasing some fun ways that you can document your summer memories. So, if you missed the first 5 videos, I will have those linked down below in the description box so you can check them out. In today's video, I will show you the process of how I put together this envelope memory decks mini album. So here is the template that I'm going off of. This is a envelope memory decks mini album I created last year. So I am just going to recreate this. So to start, I'm taking a piece of paper that measures 6 by 6.5 inches. And I'm going to score it on all 4 sides at 1¼ inch and 2½ inches. This is going to create the box base of our memory decks. So once I've done that, I am going to fold up and crease all of my score lines. So I'm just using my scoring tool to do this, just because it makes it super quick and easy. And then I am going to take my scissors and I am going to cut out the outer 3 squares from each corner of my template. So you'll see that in every corner there are 4 squares. It's like a little grid. I'm just going to cut out the outer 3 squares. So just take my scissors and cut those right off. And then once those are cut out, I am going to just cut up on that last square to separate it from the rest of the project and turn it into a little tab. Then I'm going to rotate my paper and just repeat that process 3 times more until I've done this to the entire template for the base of my project. So again, just removing the outer 3 squares and then cutting up on the score line of that last square to turn it into a tab. And once that is done, it's time to assemble the base of this project. To do this, I'm just going to fold all of the tabs on my template in, and then I'm going to add some adhesive to the backs of all of them. Then I'm going to just adhere each tab to the panel that is adjacent to it. So hopefully that makes sense. I think it's easier to just see it being done than listening to me trying to explain the process. I'm going to make sure that all of the tabs are secured down. And then our memory decks box measures 3½ by 4 inches. So the 3½ inch tabs that are still up, I'm going to add some adhesive to the inside of those panels, and then I'm just going to fold them down and adhere them to themselves. And this is just making the box a bit more durable. So I'm just going to do that on both sides and use my scoring tool to make sure that it's all secure. And for the 4-inch sides, I'm going to take a piece of paper and use it as a template to create a template where I can add holes that I can then later add to the panels on my memory decks box. So I'm going to use my We Are Memory Keepers Power Punch and some paper straws and this template to finish off the memory decks box. So I'm using my memory decks card. I cut this with my Cricut. You can use any that you have. And I just used it as a guide for where I need to punch my holes. And then I added my 1/4 inch holes to the template. And now I'm going to use this template to add the holes where I need to add them on the 4-inch panels. And then I'm going to use my power punch again to just punch out those 1/4 inch holes. And then I am going to take my paper straws. So your paper straws need to measure 3½ inches in length, so I'm just cutting mine down to size. And then I'm going to take some of my adhesive and I'm just adding it to the sides of this panel. And this is going to create enough of a gap that the straws can just snap right into place in these 1/4-inch holes. So now I'm going to show you that. They just snap right in, and since the paper has a little bit of give, it just keeps them in place. So with the Memory Decks box done, I'm moving on to the cards. You can use any envelopes that you want. Just make sure that they do not exceed 4 inches in width. I'm using some cut files from Paige Evans. I was showing you there that you can just use your We Are Memory Keepers punch board if you have one to make some envelopes. I just love these cut files from Paige because they're all different and unique, and it adds a lot of character to the project. So I have these Memory Decks cards I cut with my Cricut. These measure 2.5 by 3 inches, and I am just adding adhesive to the fronts of them, and then I am going to just add my cards right on top. So super simple, super easy. If you do not have a Cricut to make Memory Decks cards, they have Memory Decks punches that you can purchase, and you can just punch the holes right into the envelope itself. If you don't have that, you can use a hole punch, and then you can just slide your cards into the straws itself. So lots of options on how to go about adding the cards to the Memory Decks box. So now I'm just adding all of my envelopes to the cards itself. Make sure that you try to keep this as centered and evenly as possible, so that way the cards still fit nicely into the box. So I'm just going to finish up the last 2 here, and then I'll do a quick little flip through of my finished Memory Decks album. I love how this turned out. I used the Sweet Story collection from Maggie Holmes, and it's so fun and summery, and I just love the colors so much. So here you can see that these cards just pop right into the box, super easy, and you're ready to go. So here is a quick little look at my finished album. All I need to do now is just add some photos and journaling, and I love how bright and happy and colorful it is. So I hope that you guys feel inspired to try this album out. If you have any questions at all, leave them down below and I will be more than happy to help you out. And I hope to see you tomorrow for day 7 of this series. Until then, take care and happy crafting. Bye.